Today we're diving deep into the real reason behind why Josh McDaniels zeroed in on a particular third-round wide receiver for the New England Patriots. It's more than just a name or a draft pick. There's a whole story behind Kyle Williams that fits perfectly into the Patriots system and McDaniels' offensive philosophy. What stands out immediately is that Williams wasn't always a wide receiver. Back in high school, he played quarterback, and that background is hugely significant when you consider the type of players McDaniels likes to work with. Patriots fans are already familiar with his pattern, with guys like Julian Edelman and Jacoby Myers making the transition from signal caller to receiver and finding remarkable success in this exact system. The common thread is clear. Former quarterbacks turned wide. Receivers bring a unique perspective to the field. They understand the complexities of route trees, motion, and offensive schemes better than most because they've operated from this other side of the ball. This isn't just about catching the ball. It's about anticipating what's happening, reading defenses, and knowing why every route is run a certain way. Kyle Williams fits this mold perfectly, which explains why McDaniels would be drawn to him in the draft. Williams himself has openly embraced this journey. He shared in interviews that he had no initial desire to give up playing quarterback, but it was his high school coach who convinced him that his future would be brighter as a wide receiver. When you look at his college stats at Washington State, it becomes clear why that advice was spot on. Williams has reflected on how the transition from quarterback to receiver has helped him develop a deeper understanding of the game. He mentioned that knowing what it takes to be a quarterback helps him see the offense through a different lens. He understands why a route needs to be run to a specific depth or why a receiver must split in a certain way, because every adjustment is connected to what opens up the offense next. This mindset is exactly what makes him a great fit in Josh McDaniels' offense, which demands precision, intelligence, and the ability to process complex plays quickly. It's rare to see a rookie wide receiver come into the league already having such a significant mental advantage over others, especially veterans like Stephon Diggs or Pop Douglas, who are expected to be key starters this season. Williams isn't just seen as a depth player. The expectation is that he will push for meaningful playing time and could easily be rotated in for at least 10 snaps per game. With the Patriots boasting a crowded wide receiver room filled with names like M. Holland, Javon Baker, Jalen Polk, Cam Booty, and Kendrick Bourne, the competition is stiff. But the narrative emerging around Williams is that he's ready to make an impact immediately, which speaks volumes about how well he's adapted to the system and how much confidence the coaching staff has in him. Shifting gears to leadership, there's a major shakeup happening with the Patriots' captaincy. Mike Vrabel, known for his decisive and no-nonsense style, has been busy restructuring who or where to see this upcoming season. The release of Joe Cardona, a longtime staple in that leadership group, signaled the start of a clean slate. And now, the spotlight is on Drake May to step up and claim that role. It makes sense, as May has been gaining respect around the locker room and has the qualities Vrabel looks for in a leader. Still, May won't be the only one. Gerald Peppers, who carried the captain title last year, might continue his leadership duties. Kyle Duggar, one of the most seasoned defensive players on the roster, is another likely candidate. When it comes to more reserved players like Christian Gonzalez, there's a chance they're still finding their footing in terms of leadership responsibilities, which means others may fill those shoes for now. Among the fresh faces, Milton Williams stands out as a player trying to lead by example. In his own words, he wants teammates to see his work ethic and follow suit. That kind of attitude is exactly what a new team environment needs, especially when the roster has so many new additions and faces trying to gel under a fresh coaching staff. Veteran presence is critical, and Morgan Moses is another player who could become a vocal leader on the offensive line, particularly on the right side, where experience can anchor the unit. M. Holland, known for his unique quirks, like refusing to wear shoes even in freezing weather, has somehow won over teammates and coaches alike, carving out a respected place in the locker room. His ability to connect with teammates and spread the coach's message could make him an unconventional but effective leader. There's also Robert Spillane, the energetic linebacker, whose enthusiasm and intensity could make him the defensive torchbearer for Vrabel's team. though it's still somewhat surprising, given how new many of these players are to the system. Yet, when half your starters on offense and defense are fresh faces, expecting new leaders to emerge isn't far-fetched. One name that should definitely be mentioned as a locked-in leader is Hunter Henry. He has earned every bit of respect and commands and remains one of the most reliable voices on the team. His presence helps steady the group, and many feel he's a natural fit to carry a captain's role this year. On the younger side, keep an eye on Will Campbell, the number 4 overall draft pick, who, despite his youth, has impressed with his maturity and leadership potential. His speech at the draft, where he vowed to fight and die for the team, shows a mindset that resonates with a winning culture. Vrabel and the coaching staff likely see that fire as something they can build on, which means Campbell could find himself in leadership conversations sooner rather than later. While there's plenty of optimism, the offseason has also brought some somber news. Ramondre Stevenson's absence from the voluntary offseason program caught attention, and behind that absence is a story of personal tragedy. Last year, Stevenson faced the heartbreak of losing a childhood friend, Bren Harley, which was already a heavy emotional burden. Now, more recently, he lost his father, Robert Stevenson, in March at the age of 54. This kind of loss is profound, and the thoughts of everyone connected to the Patriots are with Ramondre and his family during this difficult time. Hopefully, with support from the organization and his teammates, Stevenson will find the strength to return to the field and continue his career with renewed focus and passion. To address depth concerns in the backfield, the Patriots made a strategic signing by bringing in veteran running back Tavon Williams on a 1-year contract. This move came as a bit of a surprise, especially considering Trayvon Henderson's presence, but it makes sense when you think about the need to manage reps and avoid overworking key players. Williams provides reliable depth, allowing the coaching staff to rotate the backfield effectively, which should help keep players fresh and competitive throughout the grueling season. Henderson, meanwhile, has a real opportunity to show his value under the new regime. And with veterans like Williams around, the group can remain balanced and resilient. Lastly, there's been a lot of chatter about whether the Patriots missed an opportunity by declining a trade offer involving the 38th overall pick in the draft. The Bears reportedly wanted to move up just one spot, but the Patriots said no. There was also a more complex proposal on the table that could have dropped the Patriots about 20 spots to pick number 58, but in exchange, they would have gained additional picks, including a 7th-round choice and a 3rd-round pick for next year. On paper, that's a tempting haul in a draft where the talent beyond the top tier was fairly balanced. However, the Patriots seem to have placed higher value on keeping Trayvon Henderson, who isn't just a prospect to add depth, but someone they expect to contribute significantly, potentially as a 3rd down back or more. They're maneuvering in the 3rd round, moving up and down and picking players like Jarrett Wilson, demonstrates smart draft day management. It softens the sting of turning down extra picks as they still acquired the players they wanted and built around Drake May, bolstering the team's talent pool. Ultimately, this isn't about accumulating picks for the sake of it. It's about targeting players who fit the system and can contribute immediately. Trayvon Henderson fits that mold, and in the Patriots' eyes, gives them a win in what some considered a decline trade. As the Patriots prepare to enter this new season, the atmosphere around Foxborough feels charged with a blend of fresh energy and cautious optimism. The team is undergoing a notable transformation, with many key pieces either new to the system or stepping into larger roles. This kind of reset is both a challenge and an opportunity, especially under a head coach like Mike Vrabel, who demands accountability and toughness from every player on the roster. His approach to leadership and culture building is shaping the Patriots into a team that embraces hard work and discipline above all else. The changes in the leadership group are a reflection of that mindset. Vrabel is clearly looking to build a culture that revolves around players who lead by example and elevate their teammates without relying solely on words. This dynamic will be essential given the blend of youth and experience now present in the locker room. Veterans like Hunter Henry and Morgan Moses will anchor the group with their steady presence, while emerging leaders such as Drake May and Milton Williams will have the chance to shape the team's identity moving forward. The addition of younger players who show promise both on and off the field, including Will Campbell, suggests the Patriots are preparing not just for this season, but also for the long term. It's important to note that this evolving leadership isn't just about assigning captains or handing out letters. It's about fostering a sense of ownership among the players, encouraging them to take responsibility for the team's success and setbacks alike. Vrabel's philosophy seems to reject the notion of hierarchical leadership in favor of a more collective accountability, where everyone feels empowered to hold each other to a higher standard. This is a shift from past Patriots teams, which often relied on a handful of vocal leaders to set the tone. Now, there is a deliberate effort to create multiple leaders across all position groups. Looking at the roster construction, the Patriots have also been strategic in bolstering key positions to ensure depth and versatility. The wide receiver room, for example, is a testament to this philosophy. With Kyle Williams making a quick transition to a meaningful role and competition heating up among other receivers, the Patriots are setting themselves up for a dynamic passing game. The presence of a player like M. Holland, who brings a unique personality and unshakable confidence, adds an intriguing layer to the group's chemistry. It's that mix of skill, intelligence, and attitude that McDaniels wants on the field, as it allows for creativity within a structured system. On defense, players like Robert Spillane are being counted on to inject energy and tenacity. Spillane's high motor and relentless pursuit will fit well in Vrabel's aggressive defensive scheme, which emphasizes pressure and discipline. It's a system that rewards players who can maintain intensity throughout the game and who thrive in leadership roles. That Spillane might emerge as a defensive captain, even as a relatively new player in the system, speaks volumes about how much Vrabel values character and effort over tenure. The running back position also deserves attention. Trayvon Henderson is seen not just as a depth piece, but as a key part of the offense's future. His ability to perform as a reliable third down back and potentially take on a larger workload provides the Patriots with a much-needed weapon in the backfield. This is likely why the team passed on trading down despite the tempting offer to accumulate more draft assets. Having a dependable, versatile running back who fits the system and can contribute early is invaluable, especially in a division where controlling the clock or managing tempo are crucial. Additionally, the signing of veteran Tevon Williams offers a steadying influence and depth, ensuring that the Patriots won't be stretched too thin. This veteran presence will allow younger players like Henderson to develop without the pressure of carrying the entire load. It also creates healthy competition, which can push the group to perform better collectively. Off-season injuries and absences, such as those impacting Randre Stevenson, remind us that football is about more than just on-field performance. The human side of the game is always present, and teams that show empathy and support for players going through difficult times often build stronger bonds. The Patriots handling of Stevenson's personal tragedy will likely deepen the locker room's sense of unity and purpose. In the bigger picture, the Patriots are in a period of reinvention. The roster turnover and coaching changes represent a reset button, but one that is pressed with careful intent. Rather than rebuilding from scratch, the organization seems focused on retooling and refining its approach, leaning on proven strategies, but also embracing innovation where needed. This balance between tradition and change will define the Patriots in the coming years. The decisions made during the draft and free agency, the leadership structure being formed, and the culture instilled by Vrabel and his staff all point toward a team striving to reclaim its place among the NFL's elite. There's a clear emphasis on mental toughness, versatility, and a deep understanding of the game. Players who can read the field, adapt quickly, and execute with precision are being prioritized. Watching how these pieces come together will be fascinating. The Patriots have long been known for their ability to adapt and evolve, and this season appears to be no different. The foundation is being laid for a team that is smart, disciplined, and hungry to prove itself in a highly competitive league. The spotlight will be on how quickly new leaders emerge and how well the younger players can step up to fill the roles they've been entrusted with. As training camp progresses and the regular season approaches, all eyes will be on Foxborough to see if the Patriots can blend their new talent with experienced veterans to form a cohesive, resilient unit. The challenges will be many. But with the right leadership and commitment, this team has the potential to surprise and compete at a high level. This mix of youth experience and culture change could very well set the stage for a return to contention in the years ahead. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Hub and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our New England Patriots. And don't be shy, share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a stunning twist that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, rumors are swirling that star running back Nick Chubb is set to leave the Cleveland Browns and join the New England Patriots. While no official confirmation has been made, multiple reports suggest that Chubb is on the verge of a deal that could redefine the balance of power in the AFC. Chubb, a cornerstone of the Browns' offense since being drafted in 2018, has been a consistent force on the ground. Known for his punishing running style, quiet leadership, and ability to change the game with a single carry. His departure would mark a significant loss for Cleveland, which has built much of its recent identity around a strong ground game. After suffering a serious knee injury early in the 2023 season, Chubb's comeback has been the subject of admiration and speculation alike. Now, it seems that his return to full strength might come in a new jersey, one draped in the legacy of Super Bowl banners and championship expectations. The Patriots, in the midst of reestablishing themselves as contenders in the post-Brady era, appear to be making a bold statement. Adding a player of Chubb's caliber would instantly bolster their backfield and add much-needed firepower to an offense that has struggled with consistency. Under head coach Jared Mayo, New England seems intent on building a new identity rooted in physicality and control, a philosophy that aligns perfectly with Chubb's strengths. While this move remains unconfirmed, the potential implications are enormous. For the Browns, it may signal a shift in focus or an unwillingness to commit long-term to a running back with a recent injury history. For the Patriots, it could mark the beginning of a new era, not just a rebuild, but a renaissance. Fans across the league are watching closely as this potential deal develops, knowing that if the rumors prove true, the landscape of the AFC could be poised for a dramatic shift. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our New England Patriots, be sure to subscribe to Patriots Hub and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.